everybody. Happy Friday. I decided to do an impromptu live because I was sitting here playing in my craft room and I was lonely, so I thought, hey, why don't I turn on the camera and visit with y'all while I create a couple things. Hey Kim, it's so nice to see you back. We missed you for a while. I hope everything's okay with you. So I got a new toy. I want to play with it. Yes, I got a new craft toy. And it's funny, it's not really, thanks Kim for letting me know that. It's not really a craft toy, but you can use it for crafting. So, you know, if you're like me, you always check out the hardware store for good things. Hey Teresa. But this one actually came via a friend in the mail. So, I don't know if she wants me to say or not. Let's see if she joins and then we can kind of talk about it. But I actually saw, Sharon, I was just reading your comment, Sharon. Thanks, I'm so glad you joined. Yeah. So, I actually saw this, craft toy on a video somebody did, and I actually thought, oh God, that would be really cool. I want to do that. I want to get that. And of course I never did. I have several things in my Amazon basket that I am waiting to order. And I just haven't pulled the plug yet. But, hey, there's Maxie in the background. Hey Max. Y'all see Max coming in? So I was really happy when my friend, my crafty girlfriend, sent me this. So I'm kind of excited to share it with you. But, you know, we haven't seen Max in a while. Come here, buddy. Let's bring Max up. Come here, bud. Hey, buddy. So for those of you who don't know my puppy, here's Maxie. We haven't seen him in a while. He's a French bulldog, and he makes lots of noise. He snorts. He's giving me some kisses. So yeah, he's doing really good. I know you guys have asked about him in the past. So I thought he could make an appearance and say hello. So say hi, Maxie. Hello, buddy. Hello. So let's go ahead and let him get to his bed, and we can start playing a little bit. All right, let me transition down, you guys. I'm so happy it's Friday. It was a long week. Hey, Robin, I'm going to play with a crafty tool today. And it was a gift from a friend. So let me transition to my workspace. And hey Jay, I saw you were live with Debbie today. Fun. Was that today? I think I saw it was today. All right. Look at my messy desk. Yes. All right. I have to empty my trash. Okay, You took today off? Yeah, I wish I had. I needed to. Alright, so before I jump in, I want to share with you something I just recently made. I made this, I think I told you a while ago, I'm on Crafty Vintage, Lisa Vintage, Crafty Vintage. I'm part of her design team, and she always sends me tons of vintage things, and then I make things and she uses them for her sales. Are you talking about these here? Yeah, I want to do something with these. That's why I have them out. I got to do something with them for Thanksgiving. I wanted to share this with you. It's some vintage items and just some things around the desk, because you know I always craft with things around my desk. And I made it with some vintage Christmas cards, and I thought, oh my God, that would be a great class, right, to make a book out of vintage Christmas cards. So I went on eBay and I started looking, man, those are expensive, so we may have to table that to next year so I can do something. But wouldn't that be fun to make a little book with vintage Christmas cards? So start saving your Christmas cards, because I think we need to do some projects with them. So let me just flip through this really quick. It's really fun. So this actually was a poinsettia tag, and then I added this vintage, I think it's a cigar label, to it, and then I added some background to it, and of course my paper dolls. And we're gonna make something that's gonna go here. And then this is a vintage tag that, again, I cut off part of a vintage book page, and I extended it a little bit to be able to have it a little bit wider. This is just a piece of Tim Holtz paper, and I needed another layer, so I added this one, and I added some vintage stickers. I added a piece here, and then this was out of a Christmas book. Look at how fun that is. Not a creature was stirring, right? Yeah, so it was really fun. I think we're going to do a class with vintage golden books next year, you guys. I've been really wanting to do a class like that, but I think we're going to do it next year. So this is a Christmas card that I decorated up, and you can see some little writing on the back, and it's embossed. This is a vintage book page, and then I added some vintage ephemera to it. And then this is the back part of a Christmas card. So this is in the shop, but we're going to add to it today. So let me show you what we're going to do. If I can find what we're going to do. Hold on a second. Hold your horses. All right. Do you guys remember in July, Christmas in July, we made these every day? We made yeah, I sold all my golden books, Sharon. I'm gonna have to go get some more. When we moved up here to Montana, I got rid of all my golden books, and I'm regretting it now. So, do you remember these where I was decorating a card every day? Well, I've had people ask me, okay, I have all these cards, what do I do with them now? Well, we're going to make some little tags. And these can go, you can do a lot of things with these. You can turn these into card starters, right? You can make them as little tags for Christmas presents. Or you can add them to your journal books. I gotta decide where I'm gonna add it. I might add it right there. So one of my things that we make here is gonna go into a journal book, and I've got all these old vintage buttons as well. So I thought, you know what? Let's make some pockets for these cards. And if you don't have these cards, you can always go back to the Christmas in July series. Every day I decorated a card. Or I was looking for these in the shop and I couldn't find them, so I'll make sure I list them. If you don't want to have to go through the hassle of decorating a Christmas deck, these are in the shop. These are from Coca-Cola, and these should easily fit. Oh yeah, look at that. So you can easily purchase these and create little pockets for them as well. I have a lot of these. They're not very expensive in the shop. I think I got them at a swap meet. But they're all a little different, I believe. But I can't tell what is what. But these are also in the shop that you can use for the pockets that we're gonna be making today. All right. So let me put that there. Wouldn't it be cute? So if you have all these cards that we decorated in July, now we're going to make little pockets for them, and we're going to put them in a book. All right. For my crafty new toy, let me show you. So have you guys seen these scissors before? The set came with, let me show you, it's here on my desk. It's for cutting hair. And it came with a comb, which is covered in my desk right now. I got my steampunk journal book here too. I've been putting together kits, so let me put that aside there. Have you guys signed up for the class yet? For the steampunk class? It's going to be really, really good. Yes, thinning shears. Exactly, you guys. But what they're used for is to create the perforation, kind of like you use on greeting cards. So these are digitals in the shop, and these are vintage Christmas seals, and these go way back. But there's a lot of them though. So for you backstage pass holders, you can easily download these, and you can use these little Christmas seals to decorate your pockets, which is what we're going to be doing. Now, if you don't want to make the pockets, these can also be used as really cute, let's see if I can get it this way, how it looks, like washi tape, kind of want to see how it looks both ways. Ooh, this way, look at that. I like that. I think I like it with the shears down. You know, and when you're crafting, I mean, you can multitask, right? You can cut greeting cards and you can thin out your hair. So, so you can accomplish two things in one day. So, sorry guys. All right, so yeah, so look, and I saw some people do this, and I thought, wow, that's a clever idea, right? So let me just go. This is actually a pretty long strip. I think I got over ambitious here. Let's see. There we go. Yes, great borders too, Robin, for sure. And then once you get that strip cut, I mean, it looks like a postage stamp, right? So if you want it a little bit rougher, you do it with the shears down. If you want it a little bit cleaner, you know, you can do it the other way. So there's a couple of looks you can get. Of course, you know, I always go for the grungy look. That's just what I do. But isn't that fantastic? I mean, look at how cool that is. Can you see that? So we're going to use some of these for decorating our pockets. So let me just cut out a few strips here. Isn't that fun? So, am I allowed to say who sent these to me? I don't know. I know sometimes you guys are really kind to me and send me things. But sometimes you tell me not to say who sent it. Am I allowed to say? I'm looking for confirmation from the person. Let's see. All right. Robin, yes, Robin is the one who sent these to me. Thank you, Robin. You are very kind to me. But yeah, so look at how cool that looks. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. I think I'm obsessed. So for the next several days, I may be cutting postage stamps. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It must be rare, but Kim, you're right. All right, so once you get them cut out, I like the jiggities. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, you can kind of see them, right? But I need to get some more walnut stain here. But these will be, yeah, these will be really great to add to your pockets and whatnot. So if you kind of if you're kind of in a crafty mood, but not really sure, you know, what you want to make, or if there's something you want to make, you just don't have really any great ideas, or you don't have any inspiration, then you can just sit down and cut some of these out. And then when you're ready to craft, right, you have these ready to go. So they can be part of your ephemera stash. And then just, put them in a little envelope or a baggie or something along those lines, right? So is everybody going to the bathroom to grab their spinning shears now? Oh my gosh. And truly, Robin, I had seen people use these before, and I thought, oh, what a clever idea. But they are perfect. Woo, perfect. They're perfect for these little Christmas seals that I have in the shop. And these Christmas seals, I have the original ones. I should share those with you. But I ended up scanning all these, and I remember when I was scanning them, I thought, oh my God, this is going to take forever. But all of these Christmas seals I had original, and I still have some. I just don't sell them anymore. But yeah, really, really fun. All right, so this isn't going to be a super long live. I just wanted to share with you. I know some of you have asked me, what the heck, Monica? What do I do with these cards that we made in July? Well, we're gonna make something right now. Okay, so I have some Christmas paper. Got my squeaky cart. And let's see here. Yes, I like Kim. I know who you're talking about. Kim, I know who you're talking about. And you use what you have. I completely agree. Okay, so your cards, when I make these pockets, I just kind of, cruise by the seat of my pants, craft by the seat of my pants, whatever the saying is. And I just kind of measure it as I go, right? So I know that this is going to be 1/2 inch, okay? So, we can even use this. You're going to have 1/2 inch on each side. So when you measure this out, this is at my 2 3/4. So you want to add 1/2 inch, or 1/4 inch, yeah, 1/4 inch on each side. I'm just kind of reading the notes here. All right, so I got 2 3/4. So I want to do 3 1/4. 3 1/4 is what I want to do for my cutting. All right, so let's cut out a few of these here. And my background doesn't have to be any specific way. Thank goodness. So I don't have to worry about that. So let me just cut out a few of these from Mr. Holtz's Christmas paper. You might recognize it. Alright, so I've got 3 here. So we're going to make a minimum of 3. Does that sound good? And then I have his little Christmas book here too we're going to use. Alright, and then, yes, I use a cinch machine. That's exactly right, Jay. Alright, and then our fold line is at, let's see here, it's at 2 1/4. That sounds about right. 2 1/2, 2 3/4. Excuse me. 2 3/4 is where we want to do our score line. Okay, so 2 3/4. And then, like I said, we want to do 1/4 inch on each side. I think I actually did 1/2 inch on the other ones, but it's really not necessary. just waste your paper that way. All right, 1/4 of an inch. Okay, 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to, excuse me, I got the raspies today. We're gonna cut these. So let me see here. So first of all, these need to be the same size. Excuse me, my goodness. And there we go. Don't throw away your scraps, you might use them. And then, let's see, we're going to cut off on one side only, okay, where you folded. And then at the line, you know, we do this little ziggity-zag to help the paper not bunch up on us. Okay. And then, you know, it's always the boring part. It's like, okay, let's just get through this cutting and scoring so we can start decorating. Decorating is our favorite part, but we got to do all this nonsensical stuff. All right, now, very important, because I've done this several times. Even though I've made several of these, you would think I would know by now. Don't glue it until you cut your pocket. Boy, you would think I would remember. And I'm using an old die, you guys. This is an old Tim Holtz postal, why not postal, right? Die set. And it fits perfectly. I've been doing it sideways. We'll do it this way. All right. So let me run that through really quick. All right. So you guys can visit a second. Alright, so I've run it through, and this is what I would say. If you're going to make several of these, cut out your pockets and do your die cutting all at the same time. I mean, I'm not following my rule here, but it will make life a whole lot easier and probably your crafting day a little bit more fun, because you're not going to be getting up and down and yada, 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 you know, cutting and scoring and all that nonsense. But of course I'm not doing that. I'm just giving the advice. All right, so we will hold that down a minute, a hot minute, right? So what are everybody's plans for the weekend? Anything exciting? Anything fun? I think I shared with you, we are remodeling our downstairs bathroom. I swear, this whole cabin has been a small fortune. But we have to go pick up our bathtub, our new bathtub in Billings tomorrow. So that's what we'll be doing. And all week, we've been doing that cabbage soup diet. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. I've lost like 6 pounds this week, which I should be happy about, but I'm freaking starving. I am so tired of the soup. The first 3 days were good. Today's my protein day, so I ate a whole chicken breast for lunch. But let's see, nothing fun. Kim, you need to get some fun going on. Stampers Anonymous is doing a live. That's tomorrow. All right, I'm going to have to catch the replay. Journaling retreat tomorrow. Sharon, where at? That sounds fun. And then Jay's aunt's coming over for a Sunday brunch. Yum, yum. That sounds great. All right, so this is glued. Yeah, Kim, my husband has been a bear for sure. But whatever. I think he was done after today. But I stayed on it. I did my protein today. All right. Hey, Jim. So now that we got our little pocket going on here, now we can figure out what card we want to use. Now, as I said, these are all the cards that we decorated in Christmas in July. And if you bought the tin from me, if you remember, the little library catalog card books fit perfectly in here. But inside here, Madison, Kentucky at the shore. Fun. It sounds fun. There was some paper in here as well that you probably can use for these. If not, just use any Christmas paper. I mean, it really is fine. All right. Let's use this one. See how perfect that fits? Now, I intentionally left it shorter so this can hang out a little bit more, and you know, they come out real easy. And like I said, these can these can go in journal books. They could be Christmas card starters. There's a lot that you can do with these. So just, you know, just have some fun with it. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna figure it out here. I think I like this actually, but and when you glue these down, hey Rhonda, when you glue these down, remember you can have them hanging over the pocket a little bit, but just make sure you don't glue it to your card inside. In fact, I would recommend when you're doing the decoration, you know, take the card out, but you know, just make sure you don't glue it to the back, because that would be kind of a disaster. I'm looking. I think I might use. These are a little bit smaller. That's really cute. Thinking I might use this one. Maybe we'll do something like that. And what else do I got here? I pulled out some ephemera. Oh, look, I have this, Believe. I have so much old washi tape. I've noticed some of the washi tape after a while tends to get a little bit less tacky, but we're still going to use it. I don't know if I should wrap it around the back. Maybe. I mean, this might end up getting glued anyway, so. Alright, so yeah, you can use washi tape, ephemera pieces, you know, whatever you got. And like I said, check out, if you're a Backstage Pass holder, you can download these Christmas seals as part of your membership, of course, you know. And then if you aren't a member, again, why not? You can easily become a member. It's an annual membership. And then you can have access to all my fun digitals in the shop. You want something, you just go there and you download it. I mean, how much easier can that get? So splurge a little bit this holiday season and buy yourself a Backstage Pass and support the shop. No pressure or anything, right? Oh, Monica. All right. Ooh, that's nice. So maybe we'll do that. But yeah, and if you're not a Backstage Pass holder, you can still, you know, still purchase it in the shop. But, you know, there's lots of designs for these for these Christmas seals. Alright, that's cute. How to be a member. So Sharon, at the website, I think you've been to the website, right? If you go to membership and click on it, it will tell you how to become a member. Once you become a member, you get access to a private Facebook group where we share things and you guys get information ahead of time. It's kind of cool, right? Who's a Backstage Pass holder on this live right now? If you guys want to maybe chime in and talk about the Backstage Pass, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Let's see. Trying to decide where I want to put these. Let's see what else I got. I think, yep, Kim, you are. I'm thinking what I might do is I make some of these wax pieces and put these on here as well. But I'll probably do that off camera. But that would be kind of fun, I think. I could just glue that. Make a wish. I've already got a band there, though. Yeah, and I'm always adding things. So, you know, even if you're trying to determine, you know, is it worth it? Yeah, am I going to get my money's worth on the Backstage Pass? I'm always adding new things. So, you know, for sure, I mean, I would think it's worth it. I know that I have lots of digitals in there. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, let me glue this down. I like these little squares that Tim Holtz has because they're already, you know, cluster backgrounds to begin with, and then you can use part of it for your decor. Okay, Frida. All right, so here we go. Add that. You know what I should have done? I should have made that into a tab, but that's all right. Not everyone has to be a tab. That would have been a really good idea, Monica. And you don't need much, right? I'm wondering if I should go get another button. Okay, so where are my little? I think I'm gonna do this one right here. All right, so remember, when you glue these down, don't glue the open spots. So my recommend would be to actually glue, you know, glue the little pocket versus gluing the stamp, because you might end up gluing it down to your card. That's good. I like it. I like it. Let's see if I have a little around something. I had, let's see, no, let me go get a button. I have my buttons, and this isn't even all my buttons, you guys, but this is in a vintage Planters peanut jar. Let's make sure we don't break it, shall we? And let me see what I got. That's kind of cool, huh? Let's see. I've got some of those vintage pearl buttons, which are kind of cool. Let's see, where should we put this? I think I'm going to put it right up there. just like that. Oh, cute. So it doesn't really take a lot, guys, but now you know what you can do with your with your Christmas and July cards. So I have two. I'm going to make a pocket for every single one, but I told you I was going to add one of these to that book that I have in the shop. This is in the shop. And let's see. Probably going to add this one because it has poinsettias and that kind of matches the theme. So I think I had thought about doing that one there, but I don't like how it hangs out. And I don't, oh, I'm wheezing. Can you hear me? I don't want to cover my poinsettia story here. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that right there. All right, let's do that. So we're only going to glue. Let's take off the pin. We're only going to glue the back side of the pocket. So as a reminder, I have opened up the steampunk class sign up. So the class the class itself is free, of course. I'll be hosting it on on YouTube Live. Excuse me, my goodness. And then if you want to make the book with the kit is available in the shop. All right, super cute. I think I need to add some buttons to this, though. Let me see. Ooh, a big red one, right? Oh, I love that. I love that. All right. This is how I go about making my books, you guys. When I am putting together a book for a class, the book, the prototype takes me a long time because, you know, I put together a page and then I walk away. And is that going to stick? And then I'll look for more items to add to the book and then I'll walk away. So it doesn't come to me all at once. And I tend to add things after the fact as well. We need to let that dry. It's kind of loose. I'm wondering if I should use my my other glue. Yeah. Where is getting down to the nitty-gritty on this glue. Good thing I own a shop and I can I can go grab my own stash, right? Take my own inventory. Alright, we need to just let that sit there for a minute. So I'm going to let that sit. But I needed to add a button. Alright, so what do you guys think of the little pockets? Let me set this aside to dry. Cute, right? Alright, so I've got one, well, I've got one made because I just put one in the book. So let's make another one. I've got a couple more out here. So 1/4 of an inch on each side, right? 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. And then where did we score it at? I can't remember. Let's see. We scored it at 2 3/4. That's right. All right. Did Delina join us? Hey, Delina. Yeah, this was just kind of an impromptu because I promised I would show you guys an idea of what to do with our Christmas. And Delina, I think you were asking the Christmas in July cards that we decorated every day in July. So we're making little pockets so you can put them, you know, on cards. They'd make a really cute. In fact, maybe we'll make a Christmas card. You can put them in junk journals. You can use them as tags. Lots of opportunities to use these little guys. Like I said, I'm going to make pockets for every single one. And then I'm going to put them in the shop. Alright. Two and 3/4, yes, was my score line. Thank you, Robin. I swear, Robin is so... Robin, what did you do when you worked? You are very efficient. So we met with... Using them for Christmas cards next year. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We met... Okay, don't glue before you cut. Let's do the other one, though. We met with the financial planner. And, you know, every time we meet with him every 6 months. The question is, when can I retire? And, you know, he asks me, well, when do you want to retire? And, you know, I say, well, when we have enough money. And he's like, you know, Monica, he said, when is it enough? when are you going to feel it's enough? Because nobody's ever going to feel it's enough. He's like, you know, without disclosing what we have, he's like, you have enough to retire if you want to retire at 60, at 62, you know, whatever you want to do. The only thing is you're going to have to, you know, shop out your life insurance, or not your life insurance, your health insurance. You read engineering specs for generators and did bidding. Ooh, that's interesting. So my husband and I talked it over, and I think, gosh, I would love to retire at 60. I think we're really going to try, which is only 2 years, you guys. I'm 58. So wouldn't that be awesome if I could retire in 2 years? I would be so happy. And then I'm going to be on the road, though, so I'll have to craft and do lives on the road for you guys. Because my husband said, we're not staying home if you're retired. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah. Just, you know, I think if you keep worrying about, do I have enough saved? Then you might never retire. So, and then, you know, we'd only have to cover the insurance for a few years. And, you know, then Social Security would kick in. So, yeah, I'm not gonna keep worried about it. I mean, if we can keep contributing... If we could keep contributing. Yeah, but the thing is, you guys, we don't have a mortgage payment. We paid off our house when we moved here. We don't have, you know, we have a well and we have septic. So we don't have a lot of expenses. So I think we could cover the medical. But I'm not gonna fret about it anymore. All right. Let me cut these out really quick, and then we'll decorate 2 more. so we've got 2 more here. Yeah, Delina, that's what a lot of people say about being bored, but I think I could find enough to do. I don't want my, let's see. I don't want my entertainment, my days to be dictated by my job. You know, I can entertain myself. And I have my shop, you know, I have more than my job. I would love to have more time to create digitals. I don't have enough time as it is, so I would really love to do that. I've got tons of vintage items I'd love to add to my shop. So I think, you know, I mean, the money working, you're right, the money is great. But I've always had a really good job, and, you know, sometimes you have enough. So we're hoping for 2 years, but it's going to be within the next 2 to 4. Because I'm not going to go past 62. I'm just not. All right. Okay, so we have 2 more pockets here, right? And let's see. What should we do next? Kind of want to do one that matches the coloring. You're starting your own crafting business. That's cool, Sharon. What are you going to be doing? Do you have a shop? Feel free to promote it. What's your crafting business? Do tell, lady. All right, so let's do these 2 here. Nice. Okay, so that'd be for those 2. Let's see what we have here. Just trying to determine what I want to use. Alright, so I'll put this here, right? Well, let's cut it right there. So put that there. A Merry Little Christmas. Cute, cute, cute. Let's see what else we got. And then let's see what else we got here. Should we do the poinsettia? That's cute. And then we can, this one we can go from side to side, I think. Alright. Looks good. Okay. Okay, Sharon, spill the beans. What is your crafting business? All right. Cute. All right, let's see if we can find some ephemera to use. That's cute. Maybe with that little star right there. Instead of a button, we'll do a star. Oh, look at this, you guys. Wouldn't that make a cute pocket? Okay, we might have to do something with that. I'm just digging through my stuff. Let's see, maybe something like that. I mean, you don't need... Very cool. So what kind of things do you sell at the craft fairs? Are they like cards and whatnot? I'm guessing. Just trying to look through my ephemera here, guys. Something like this, actually. And I'll put the star on top of that. Alright, so remember the trick. Put the glue on the pocket, so that way you're not gluing it shut. And then I think I'm going to put this star like right like that. Let me see if this comes down a little bit more. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Okay, so let me... I think I might be able to get glue on all parts, but we're gonna keep it in the middle. Something like that. Okay. And then I'm thinking I might have the little pointer like that. So I would have glue here and here, right? Okay, something like this. I don't want to cover. Like that. Checking to make sure I didn't glue it shut. Oh, move up. Thank you, thank you. See, I get so enthralled in what I'm doing, guys. Alright, so yeah, so I glued this star, and then I glued this hand. And then I think, let's see what we can maybe put there. But it's already pretty busy. I mean, because you've got, you know, the inside of the card, which has all the ephemera. Let's see what else I can see here. Let's see. Might be able to do the Make-A-Wish. That might be a little too big. Although this can go here, right? And maybe I'll put this one here. Okay. Maybe this can go here, special delivery. Oh, you know what? I can make this into the tab, which was what I was going to do before. Where is my scoreboard? Excuse me, my goodness. Alright, so this is 1.5. So 3/4. Let's see if maybe we can figure this out. Alright, so this can go something like that. And where's my... Let's see. perfect. All right. And this can go like this. We'll make it down a little bit more. Cute. Oh, I love it. I love it. And there you go. Oh, isn't that fantastic? Look at that. Oh, man. And like I said, you can turn these into Christmas cards if you want to. I mean, you just get your background. This can be the part of the Christmas. I mean, maybe we'll do that in another another live, but we'll just keep adding on. But I'm going to just continue to make these little pockets for the cards. Let's do this one, and then I want to do the last one. I want to do something with that. All right. So make a wish. And this is just, these are just ephemera pieces that I've had, you know, in my stash. So like I said, if you want to, you know, cut out several of the Christmas seals, put them in your stash box, you know, and then they'll be ready for a crafting day. Let's see, let's make sure this is the right way up north. I think I'm going to actually make some more seals for these. I think it's a good idea. Thanks, Sharon. Alright, that's cute. Where are... Let's see. I got the wheezes going on. Let's do something maybe... Maybe I'll go a little bit more vintage. That's really cute, but I think I want to go a little bit more vintage. Let's, you know, with my fancy new scissors, Robin. Fun. I love them. I just love them. All right. I love how it makes the little jiggity marks at the edge. Alright. Now I'm thinking of doing the fold over on this. Maybe, I don't know. You don't necessarily have to have the whole thing, right? I don't know. I'm thinking. Maybe we'll just cut part of it. Maybe we'll cut a little bit more. Let's see. Yes, I love them. I love how it makes that little jiggity right there. Alright, let's go ahead and glue this. I guess we'll do it up here. Fun. And of course we're going to have to put like a little button or something. Alright, cute, right? Let's see if we can find a little button. Let's see what we can pull out of here. I haven't used my buttons in a while. Yeah, these are elves. They're part of the elf ID tag kit. If you haven't downloaded the ID Elf ID tag kit. Super fun project. Maybe we'll do one of those on the live because it's a really cute project. But that's where those images are from. Really cute. All right. Oh God, I just love them. I just love it. All right. So yeah, I hope you guys like my idea. I think we're gonna make some cards with these, some Christmas cards. But like I said, I'm gonna continue making little pockets for them. So fun though, right? All right, let's make a pocket for this, and then we will call it an afternoon. All right, I just love them. I just want to keep looking at them. I just want to eat them. So cute. Very, very cute. All right. Paper. Okay, so we need some Christmas paper. So it was not prepared. Let me see if I have some in my junk bag under my desk here. See, it's not quite. Oh yeah, I have some paper here from our classes. Excellent. All right, here's some paper right there. All right, and hey, Melody. Hey, girl. Ooh, that just fell out. I don't think so. That would be kind of cool. All right, let's stay focused, Monica. Let's think about this. So do I want the back? The back can be white, I think. Yeah. All right. I don't know what my problem is today, guys. You're on the phone. Okay. So, is that going to be right? No. It needs to be like this, right? Yeah. Yeah, it needs to be like that. Okay. So that will be like that, and then we will score it. I guess right there. And it's going to need to go forward, right? Let's try to make sure it's straight, though. And then, cut this. All right. Now this, you have to make sure you have it going the right direction. It's gonna be like that. Just thinking. Let me think about it. All right, yeah, that should be all right. Okay. Everybody be quiet. Melody's on the phone. All right, so let's put our glue, right? Okay. Oh, you know, I think I needed to put my glue at the bottom too, Dodo. Monica, you're such a dodo sometimes. All right. Let's go ahead and put some glue down here too, because apparently I am not thinking about all of my glue spots. All right, so I think that's okay. We'll put some walnut stain there. That's no big deal. We'll turn that white to brown. Don't you worry. All right. And then let's cut this. I got some wheezing going on in my chest today. Okay, so let's go ahead and probably should have scored that a little tighter, but you know what? I ain't gonna sweat it. I ain't gonna sweat it. Let's just do this. Alright, cute. Now we have a little pocket. Alright. Now, see this, well, I won't necessarily, well, before I say I won't, Monica, let's take a look. Do we have any cards? And I think the answer is no. Do we have any cards going this way? And even if we do, I don't know if it would, oh yeah, it would fit. Look at that. It would fit. So I guess the question is, do we have any going sideways? And I don't think we do, y'all. But you know what? We can make one. It's really not that big of a deal. Got some cute ones in here for sure. I forgot how cute these were. Oh my gosh. Super cute, you guys. Oh my goodness. And could you go sideways? Let me see. Let me see here. I mean, I guess you could. Not crazy about the sideways look. I mean, we can make one. I have extra cards. I'm thinking, hold, everybody calm down. You all are just getting too excited here. You know I'm going to figure it out, because I always do. I know you all got your worried faces on, like, oh my gosh, what is she going to do? I mean, you can even do a little window with that. What's she going to do? Is she going to be able to pull it out? You know I am. I'm digging through my stash here. So I've got, look how cute that is, doing an elf. Do this sideways. Alright, this could totally go sideways, couldn't it? Yes. All right, let's do that. So what are we gonna do? Now I gotta put my thinking cap on. All right, that's all right. I can do this. Let me see here. Okay, so we're definitely gonna do one of these, I think. Season's greetings. Cute, cute, cute. But gosh, I don't want to cover up the cute little house right there, though. You know, we can do like one of these. Christmas tree. Christmas tree. We can start the Christmas party. Oh, love these. Love these. A snowy Christmas. Now, I love to put my walnut stain on these little stickers. And it makes for a very messy fingertips, but I don't care. A snowy Christmas. I love it. We're going to put a little bit of glue to help it out. Fun, right? I'm on the spot here. I gotta decorate this. Let's see. Pulling out from my from some of my kits. Alright, we can do maybe. So we'd really have to cut these guys here, which I think would maybe be okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, I know what we can do, guys. I was going to save these for Sunday, but where are they? Got these cute stickers, I think. I think I do. Where did I put them? Hold on. Alright, so yeah, these are from the shop, and I thought we would play with these on Sunday, so consider this a little preview. Dinner was burritos. Okay, Delina, I'm on this stupid cabbage soup diet, so please don't talk to me about burritos. Oh my gosh. So these stickers, again, are in the shop. Would be perfect. Perfect for these. All right, so let's do this. Super, super cute. I love burritos. Although, tomorrow when we go into Billings, I think my husband said he's taking me for breakfast. I'm not supposed to because technically I should still be on that cabbage soup diet, but you know what? Screw it. I've been really good all week. So, the weekend is mine. How cute that is. Super cute. Alright, and then that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Let's do this. Believe. Just do this right here, right? Cute. And we'll cut this. We won't fold it over. Now remember, on the Christmas full deck challenge for Christmas, we were decorating the other side, but for this I'm decorating the decorative side because I want the background. So a little different approach. for this. This was just a last minute idea. Yeah, the cabbage soup was really good like the first and second day, but after the fifth and sixth day, it's getting a little old. It's getting a little old. I ended up, I have one of those hand blenders, you know, and I ended up blending up all the veggies and drinking it yesterday. I just couldn't eat it anymore, so I just I just drank it. Anything we're gonna do, but I mean, I did lose like 6 pounds, like I said, so that's pretty good, I guess. Yay, Sharon's a member, a Backstage Pass member. That's awesome. Sharon, I think that's what you're telling me. I should get an email and then I'll send you your code in just as soon as I'm done. That's so awesome. You're going to have so much fun with all the digitals. And I've been making it a point to use more of my digitals in my lives. So, to give you guys ideas. And usually when I use digitals in my lives, I link them in the description box. So I will go back and link the the Christmas seals for you guys. Let's do something right there. So yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Sharon. That's one of the things that helps support the shop. So really, really, really appreciate it. It's what keeps the shop open so I can continue to load digitals for you guys. Alright, so let's put this right here. And I think that's going to do it. What a good idea, guys. So you guys got like a bonus. Not only did I make the pockets for this, but this little thing was just hanging around. So I turned it into a little pocket. Cute, right? So fun. All right, well, that's what I wanted to share with you today, guys. Like I said, I promised you I would show you some ideas. You know, all month in July we made these cards. So I promised you I would show you what we can do with them. And the first part of that promise is making these little pockets to house them. We'll come back, probably not this Sunday, but maybe, you know, in a couple weeks as we get closer to Christmas. We'll make some Christmas cards out of these. If you did not participate in the full deck Christmas challenge, I don't have any Christmas decks left, unfortunately. But I do have some vintage playing cards in the shop that you could use. They're just not Santa ones. Or, you know, I mean, these cards are about 3.5 by 2.5. Just cut out some Christmas cardstock. I mean, that would work too, right? And then follow the prompts in the Christmas in July list. I had to think about what. I think they're in the Christmas playlist. Oh goodness, I need a nap. Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun. Sharon, the digital that we used for the Christmas in July is in the shop. So once you have your code, you'll be able to download all sorts of fun stuff. It's going to be great. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for doing this impromptu with me. Trying to keep my promises. I know we make a lot of things, and I want to be able to show you how to use them, not just have them sitting in little boxes. Although cute little boxes are nice too, right? Okay, I will see you on Sunday. Sunday, la la. We're going to be playing with the new stamp set, the vintage numbers stamp set, which is somewhere around here on my desk. I have no idea where it's at right this moment, but it's around. We'll find it before Sunday. All right, y'all, have a great Friday night. I think we're going to watch Titanic tonight. Yeah. All right, I will see you all Sunday. Take care. Bye.